Want to change your man? Try this. Hello Swans, I'm Yvonne, your marriage and divorce coach here at Black Swan Relationship Academy. And today we're going to look at, if you want to change your man, then try this. What is it that you want to change about him? What is it that he's doing that you're thinking, I want this changed because it's getting on your nerves, it's driving you crazy, he's a good person, however, if this area was changed, then our lives together would be different. And my question to you and everyone is today, whatever that change in him that you see, and you want him to change it in order for your lives to be better, it's the change in you that you want changed so that your lives can be better. At the end of the day, no one can change anyone. The word says that as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So if your thoughts are towards yourself of one that is good, then you're a good person. Good ensues from all around you, and everyone who comes into your presence will leave and go away saying, oh, what a great woman, what a good woman. She did this and she's done that. She's selfless. She puts others before her. Her thoughts are towards others. But if your thoughts are towards yourself and they are not good, and you're beating up on yourself and you're saying of you that, you're a bad person, you're not successful, you are unattractive, I can never do anything wrong, everything I touch, something goes wrong with it, and you're forever saying, why does these things happen to me? Why does this happen? Why can't I do that? Why don't they like me? If these are the words and the things that you are saying to yourself, then what you're doing is that is what you're creating. You have created this negative wall around you. And because you've created this wall, then there doesn't seem to be anywhere out of it. And then what we do, we look through those negative lenses that we have got of ourselves. We reflect that onto our partners or our spouses, and then we say that, I want them, there needs to be a change in them. They are the ones that need to be changed, because we don't stop and look at ourselves and realize that, okay, no, the change is actually in me. And what it is that we have to take responsibility for what we can do for ourselves. So if you're forever bringing yourself down and saying negative things about yourself, then this is a time for you to stop and ask yourself, what can I say about me that is going to be different, that is going to bring about the change? And what you can do is you can start by saying something good about yourself. What is it that you want to see change in your person, your significant other, your partner, whatever it is that you want to see change in them? That's the change that you need to make in you. And when you have made that change, then here's the thing. He's going to change, because when you see somebody doing something differently, he's going to be watching you over a period of time. And over that period of time, he will realize, I said this and she didn't get triggered by it. She didn't go off on one. She didn't, sulk for a number of days. There was this tension in the home, but after a while he realizes that, okay, he said it, you didn't react, and guess what, that gladdened his heart, so he stopped saying it, and then there's peace again in the home. And what we don't understand is, in order for us to change, then we have first got to visualize what that change is that we want to see in ourselves. So what is it that you want to change about you? Do you want to be the person who always has something positive and some encouraging words to say to to somebody? And if that's the case, then what you have got to do is to be positive about you. So you surround yourself with people who are going to be truthful to you and tell you the truth in love. Not only do you do that, but what you also do is you set yourself a goal, you set yourself a target, and your target can be something as simple as, I am going to say one thing positive about myself every day. And look at yourself in the mirror. And let's say you look at yourself and you think, I've got beautiful eyes. Start there. And then you say to yourself, every morning you wake up, you look at the mirror whilst you're brushing your teeth or, fixing your hair, putting your makeup on, especially when you're putting your makeup on in the morning, or you're moisturizing, or whatever it is you're doing, but you're doing something to your face in the morning. Just stop, look at yourself in the mirror and just say, I've got beautiful eyes. I really like my eyes. And get on with what you're doing. And the afternoon you come home, you're taking your makeup off, you stop, you look at yourself and you say, I've really got beautiful eyes. I really like them. And you get on with whatever it is you're doing. And every day you do that for about a month and see how you change. You know what you will do? If you're a lady that wears eyeshadow, you will go out and you'll find new eyeshadows. You'll make sure that, when you're putting your makeup on in the morning, your eyes are the first thing that, people see, and your eyes look wonderful. And because your eyes are looking wonderful, then that is changing the whole look of your face. Because what do they say? The eyes are a window to the soul. So that, if that's where you want to start and that's what you're going to do for the first thing, then continue doing that. Then you can move away from your eyes, and then you can say to yourself, you know what, today I'm going to have a good day. Today is going to be a great day. Today is going to be a day where all the goals that I've set for myself this day that I'm going to do, that I'm going to complete it. You surround yourself with words of positivity. You surround yourself with, you are saying things to yourself, say, I can only fail if I quit. So you know that if you stop what it is you're doing, that's the only time you'll fail. And if you tell yourself, I can only fail if I quit, then you know that quitting is not an option. You say something that I'm in charge of how I feel. You're the one that is in charge of your feelings. And if you choose to be positive about your feelings that day, you choose to say, to have a feeling of positivity in everything that you're going to do that day for you, then guess what? That positive feeling that you've got about yourself will not only make you feel better, but what will happen is slowly but surely, all the things that you're saying about yourself, you then begin to believe it. Does it happen overnight? No, it doesn't. Is it going to be a case of you're going to have to continue telling yourself over and over again until it finally sinks into your heart? Then yes, you're going to have to do that, because this is not something that happens immediately. This is something that is going to take time. Remember, you have spent years building this wall around yourself of negativity. You have spent years falling out on yourself and being awful to you. And what we haven't realized is that our goal in being women is to be feminine, and not only is it to be feminine, but to be high value feminine women. And what we need to understand is, when we beat up on ourselves, that is a very masculine thing. When you beat up on yourself, when you're negative about you and you say horrible things about yourself, you're being very masculine to you, and you're going against the feminine person that you want to be. So this is why we now need to change our words, turn those negativity into something positive. And one way you can do that is by going to the Black Swan Relationship Academy and checking out the words of affirmation that we have there. There are positive affirmation for feminine women. You have positive affirmation in your relationships. Also, whilst you're there, check out the self-care course. That self-care course will teach you how, the concept of self. It will also enable you to manage your thoughts. There
are two types of women. One that positions herself to be a winner using a man's very own nature. We call that woman a black swan, or a woman who is convinced that she can scream, shout, and complain and change a man's nature. Now, if you are a black swan, I have decided to help you out. Ladies, I am offering you another free masterclass on the secrets of a man's mind. In this course, we're going to look at the things that men will never tell you, are afraid to tell you, don't even know they need to tell you, assume you should know. We're going to look at the man's brain, how he is wired, his heart, his spirit. How does he really think? What is going on in his mind when he meets you, marries you, dates you, courts you? We're going to look through every aspect, and you will be able to understand the secrets of a man's mind. And being a black swan, you will be able to use those secrets to create the love life you crave and deserve. If that sounds good to you, all you have to do is follow any of the links or wherever you see this video, and I will see you on the other side.
Scientists have had a look and the way in which our thoughts go in and out of our minds. And on any given day, there are 6,000 plus thoughts going through our heads, whether it's a thought of work or something that you're going to do that afternoon, something you saw on TV, whatever it is, these thoughts are going in our head. Add that with our negative thoughts that we're having, something that somebody said, and we brought that thoughts back in and added to that. Over 6,000 that's going in there, and there, you need to learn how to filter it. And if you do the go in and check out the self-care course, it will teach you how to manage your thoughts, how to filter the things that are coming in and out, and how to, come in agreement with yourself to do the things that you want to do, or your partner. I'm going out with the girls after work on Friday. We're going for a drink and we're going to go to such a place. Then comes Friday, you get a migraine. You say, I'm not going. And you end up not going. What is happening there is the Trinity that is you, there was not an agreement with you. The body wanted to go, but the mind said, you know what, I don't fancy it. And because the mind wasn't in agreement with the body and the soul, then the mind won out that day. And that's what happens when we don't have agreement and come into right alignment with our body. This is the reason why I've mentioned the self-care course, because this is what the course is there designed for. It teaches you how to have right alignment with our body, our tripart being. It teaches us how to apologize to ourselves for the things that we have said about ourselves, the names that we call ourselves. Because we say it in our heads, we don't think anyone is hearing. But guess what? We hear it in here. We hear it in our hearts. And when it gets to our hearts, that's where it stays. And that doesn't do us any good. And if you want the man in your life to change because of whatever it is he's doing, it is a mirror opposite of what you're doing that you want change. So in order for him to change, you must first change, because we cannot change anyone. If somebody says to you, I'll change for you, you know what, with the best will in the world, they can change, but that change is never going to be substantiated. That change will never last, because man on his own, when he decides that he's going to do something for somebody else, and the other person is expecting that change to be sustained and for a lifetime, or for the span of the relationship, it is going to be difficult, because he did it just to please you in that moment. And in that moment, the change could happen, and at most it can only sustain that change for 6 weeks. So then guess what? He reverts back to self. And then you've got it in your head, you see, there are no good men out there. They say one thing and do the next. And that is because no work had been done. It was only something that was supposed to happen for a short period of time. But in order for everlasting change and long-lasting 100% change to take place, it is something that you have got to set a goal for. It is something that you've got to see yourself in that changed person that you want to be, the change you want to see in your life, the change you want to see in your partner's or your spouse's life, the change that you want to see in your home. You've got to visualize it. And after you visualize it, then what you've got to do is to put it into practice. And keep practicing and keep doing, and then it will become what then starts off as a chore, then becomes a habit, it then becomes a joy, because you see the positiveness that is going on around in your home, in your relationship, not just with your partners or your spouses, but with your family, with the colleagues at work. The change has finally hit your heart, and when that happens, then there is no going back, because once it's hit the heart, then it is done. So if you want to change your man, change you first. If I've said anything that has resonated with you and you'd like to take this further, follow the link in the description box below. Book a discovery call with me and let's talk this through some more. If you haven't already, like, share, subscribe. Until we meet again next week, have a fabulous week. Take care of yourselves. See you soon. Bye-bye.